You saw the thumbnail. Was that clickbait? No. I really ruined a vintage figure. But you have to see how it happened and how I fixed it. So stay tuned. Happy holidays, painting pals, and welcome back to Mandy's Minis. Today I have something special to share with you. These are family heirlooms, vintage, hand-carved, the original miniatures. Now, this isn't my family heirloom, but they are on loan to me from a friend from the West Michigan IPMS, and his father actually carved all of these out of wood and hand painted them. So they're quite special, which is why we're not doing anything more than showing them to you. These are too special to touch. But I did go on Etsy and I found my very own vintage 1940s wooden soldier. So today we're going to restore him to his former glory. So let's get started. The first thing I want to do is take off the peeling paint. I use simple green. You can even reuse it. It does discolor, but this bottle has lasted us 4 years and still only half gone. I'm using the new stuff so you don't have to look at the block. Now, you can't use chemicals on all figures because they're made of different materials. This one being wood, which I've never tried to strip paint off of. I'm doing a test to ensure I won't destroy this vintage mini. I'm not too worried about it because I looked into it and it is not worth anything via collectors, especially in the condition that it's in. And there's a lot of them on eBay. So I still put a little of the simple green on a Q-tip and test a small area on the bottom of the figure. Then I waited to see if it would disintegrate any of the figure. It doesn't. So I'm throwing it in the bath and letting it soak.
2,000 years later.
After not too long, I take a soft toothbrush, not mine, and gently scrub the paint off. It's getting kind of soft, so I'm getting a little concerned since wood is far more porous than metal or plastic. And honestly, he's not actually wood, he's composite. That's what they called figures made with sawdust and glue that were created from 1938 to about 1960 before they stopped using it and replaced it with pewter. I rushed to the slop sink to rinse it off really well, and now it gets to dry.
One eternity later.
Okay, so it's the next day, and let me show you. You can see he looks a little bit fuzzy now. And I think the simple green did take off some of the glue holding the sawdust together. So we're going to go ahead and try a fix based on some things I saw online. And let's hope we can make him a little more solid again. All right, so I'm back and the glue seems to have worked. So I primed it white. And now I've started painting. But the simple green dissolved what little nose he had to begin with. So the contouring is not going to be enough, and I have to fix this. Now time is running out because it's already been 3 days just dealing with the mess up of stripping paint, so I don't have time to wait for Milliput to dry. I'm using Reaper's plastic putty. I got one of the very last bottles they ever made of it as one of the freebie gift throw-ins in one of my first orders with Reaper. And sadly, it's no longer available. But I did manage to sculpt enough of a nose on him that it looks pretty good. It looks like a nose, at least. A nose that was probably broken at one time, but I mean, sure, a guy in the Navy probably had a broken nose, right? After about an hour of letting the plastic putty dry, I was able to continue painting. The features feel really soft. So I switched to doing some black lining to kind of outline each item so I could have a better feel of what I was looking at. Then I went on to the all-important face. I really feel like the face makes or breaks the mini. That's why that's where I want to start. The face is so important because we're kind of conditioned as humans to focus on the face. So now I always start with the face and the eyes because I want to get that right first. And that's where I want to spend most of the time, since that's where you're drawn to. Back when I first started, I frequently would focus so hard on trying to get the eyes right. And you guys know how difficult eyes are. So I would do it over and over and over again, and the paint would build up, and then I'd have to put some simple green on a Q-tip and try and take it off so that I could try again. And by that point, I was ruining paint jobs, and I'd have to start all over again. So I do spend an awful lot of time on the face, and that way if I'm running out of time, I'm shortcutting something else that's not as important, like the clothes, pouches, other little embellishments that, sure, if I had time I could make them even better, but I'm at least not shortcutting the all-important face. But I just keep thinking he looks a little, play school? I'm not exactly sure how to describe that, but just the soft, round features that feels like it's a play school toy. I know he's a toy, but he is representing a man. So I'm using a light blue glaze to represent stubble on the lower half of his face, so he looks more like a man. And also, since he doesn't really have a mouth, the stubble helps conceal the weird lips. For some reason, when there's no upper lip sculpted onto a male figure, I find it really quickly goes to looking like he's wearing lipstick, even with natural color tones. The stubble at least helps subdue that look. Then, onto the hair. Hair wasn't sculpted, but that doesn't mean I can't use simple lines and swift strokes to make it look like he has some actual hair. Now, this video is getting rather long, but as you can see from this point on, it's basically just my usual painting, and you guys have seen that a million times, and you just want to see the real results at this point, right? So here he is. It's certainly not my best paint job ever, but like Ben pointed out to me,
it's really easy to take a great sculpt like something from Warhammer and do an amazing paint job on that, make it look gorgeous. Taking a soft, squishy Play-Doh man and making him look amazing or decent, that's pretty impressive.
What do you think? Is he right? Let me know in the comments. As we're wrapping up this video, and well, let's be honest, the end of the year. This year I'm not going to do my traditional New Year's Eve review or whatever, so I'm going to do an actual tutorial for that one. So I did just want to pause and say thank you so much to all of you. It has been an amazing year that has just blown my mind. It was my first year ever leaving the country. We got 1,000 subscribers. I mean, this year has just been beyond amazing for me and Ben, and he's actually not here right now, otherwise I'm sure he'd want to tell you himself. We are just very appreciative of you and the whole community. It has really changed our lives for the better, and we just can't tell you thank you enough. All of you who watch our videos, and those who go above and beyond, our patrons. You guys are the best. We love this community, and we love giving back to you. So thank you so much for helping us be successful in that, because we couldn't do it without you. I mean, we could, but it wouldn't actually be a community then. It would just be the two of us. With that said, we just want to say thank you so much, and we really appreciate it. And until next time, have fun and keep creating.